Hello. Actually, I'm not done with the mouse. I don't know why I moved it over here yet. I definitely
Did
still.
you add the link to that?
Nope. No, I did not. Nope, that's too much to copy.
Oh boy.
Grady laying on my foot. Are you kidding me? I accidentally hit Control C. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay, everything's good to go. Except for this. Live chat. Now we're good to go.
Latency on the camera's not bad either.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Alright.
Which is weird, because when it has issues, we've streamed more often together
Yeah.
in this scene. I don't know, maybe it's, I don't know. Hey, what's being, hey Kaylee. How we doing today? Basically, we're back at EU4 finally.
Yeah.
Finally. Let me actually make sure my hat isn't covering my whole face. Which again, we just talked about, maybe it's better to not have my face here, so. Basically, last where we left off, Mike had just defeated Kazan in a war, who was allied with Crimea. I believe you're still friends with the Great Horde. And if I remember correctly, your plan was, I want to go to Europe so I can touch the ocean.
Yeah, pretty much.
Even though it might be easier for you to go the other way, to touch the ocean.
You know, I don't have any particular route that I'm looking to follow.
Yeah, close to the bottom there.
Okay. I don't have any particular route I'm looking to follow. We just...
Do you want my professional opinion on what my opinion on your plan, at least?
Should we go this way?
Actually, no. I think that's probably the hardest direction for you to go is south. It could be easy if you were more, like, it might be, like, easier for me, in a sense, because I know so much more and I know how to manipulate things much better than you do. But left click on the Timurids, on the red guys below there, and then, okay, wait, no, hit R first, and then click on them again. Okay, so you see, they have those, like, weirdly off-color blue-green.
Yeah.
That's their vassals.
Okay.
Balochistan is an ally. But if you declared war on one of their vassals or the Timurids, you'd have, like, 5 nations coming after you automatically. So, like, what I would be able to do is I could, you know, support independence of one of their vassals or 2 of them, and then you have, like, a whole revolution to deal with.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't want to overcomplicate you with that. Oh, Muscovy's at war with Lithuania and Novgorod. That could go poorly for them. Can you right-click on Poland for me? I want to check something.
Where am I going?
Poland.
Here.
You kind of hit the map part that isn't there. Right-click.
Right.
So, I think what they did is, in the last stream, at the beginning of the game, Poland gets a decision whether they get a 6-6-6 general or something like that, or they get to get Lithuania in a personal union under them, which you should always choose the personal union. To anyone watching this and want to learn EU4, and you're playing Poland, choose the personal union every fucking time. Oh my lord, it is the dumbest decision to not choose the personal union of Poland. So we're gonna have a free Lithuania in this game, which is interesting. So that might mean you have a weak Muscovy to fuck up later on, which would be good for you.
That's what I was thinking.
This could be good for you.
We're already in Kazan. I was thinking of going up through Perm.
Perm is Muscovy's vassal. That's one thing you gotta think of.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to fabricate. Can you exit out of that so I can see what your land is? Exit out of that menu that you have open.
How do I? Oh, this.
Yeah. So your land. Okay, you do touch Muscovy. So you can
Yeah.
You have to start building spy network in Muscovy. Do you remember how to do that?
Not.
Try figuring it out.
Really.
You can click the diplomacy button there to get to like the menu. Do you see it?
Nope.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You can click that and get to that, or you can just right-click the country.
Somewhere in here. Build spy network, right?
Yep.
So I want.
And you do have a diplomat free. On the right is where your diplomats are. You can see what they're doing.
Right. So send a spy in there, you think?
Yeah, you can build a spy network there. Yeah. In order to remember, in order to claim provinces, you have to have a certain amount of spy network in the country,
Right.
and you also have to be bordering them.
So should I have done that in Muscovy, or should I have gone with Perm?
You have to do it in Muscovy in order to do Perm.
Okay.
So in order to fabricate on a vassal, you have to build spy network in their leader. It's just one of those weird things they added to help balance it out and make it, like, you know, a bit fair to those tiny vassals. Like in real life, you know, someone would just be like, I want that land, it's mine. But yeah, no, I mean, you got to recover your manpower. Your armies are coming back into your land. Also, yeah, I mean, if one thing is, if you zoom out, you're just barely zoomed out. Well, you were already zoomed out enough to where all the armies disappear. Because, like, if you zoom out a tiny bit, the more you zoom out, the more land is showing. So if all the armies had to be processed in the game, it'd be too much. But yeah, no, so right now I think your armies are coming back into your land, which they need to. Yeah, Kazan's asking for military access from you. You can say yes or no to that.
So what is...
It'll let them move troops throughout your land. It's not, they can't attack you. And they also, you have a truce with Kazan, so they can't attack you anyway, but even if you didn't have a truce, they cannot declare war on you with troops in your land. Their troops would automatically be black flagged, which, I guess I should explain. So if you, see how you have a black flag next to your troops right there?
Yeah, like they need to move out.
That means they need to go back. I think I explained it like when you're playing basketball with one side of the court and you have to clear the basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Okay, so...
So I think you're waiting for them. You have to select them to see where they're moving, if they are moving, but... So yeah, you let them, because the reason why they're asking is because they're split up in two because of you.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing to do. Someone's asking for a royal marriage, that's the Great Horde. So, royal marriages make it harder to break away from them, and if they ask to royal marry you and you accept, it will end once their leader dies. If you ask them and they accept, they'll end when your leader dies. That's something to keep in mind.
So it's probably good to keep them...
Yeah, it'll make them happier. It helps. It does help. If you want to keep them a long-term ally, I would say do it. If you want to betray them in the future, very near future, no, but you're not looking to betray them. You're looking to head right above them.
Yeah. So
they might be a powerful ally in the future. Or they might take you into a war that kicks your ass. But you're already allies with them, so... Oh, they've announced you as a rival.
Who's that?
Oriat's the guy to your right that I said you could have attacked. They have Mongolia as a vassal. He's pretty powerful, but, like, he's someone you could probably manage.
Probably not right now, though.
Maybe not right now, now that you've already... If you did it first thing, it would have been better for you, probably. But I wanted you to do what you wanted to do. Yeah, they don't need the military access anymore, so they just revoked it. They don't need it. Yeah, and that's just... It also tells you who they're at war with, which I think is a really cool part of the tooltip. I think that's probably, like, one of the better slice of life updates that Paradox has added. No guy is, right next to you in the Great Horde.
Yeah, they're them.
Yeah.
Where are they going?
They want just between you, and they're attacking Kazan, the guy you just... and Crimea. He's at war with who you were just at war with.
Oh, no chance, bro.
Yeah, you want to keep that land to yourself?
No fucking chance, G.
The reason why he's asking is so he can go siege that one province that you have separated.
Yeah, nah, not happening.
It's literally a smart thing for you to do, actually. Like, that's what I would have done without telling you, and I'm glad. I'm proud. Okay, so you moved both of your guys in the same spot. If you see that skull next to their number? That means they're suffering attrition.
Oh, so I'm, like, bleeding them?
Yeah, so click on the province that they're on. So if you look down there, you see supply limit. You can only fit a max of 12 units in that spot.
So I should...
So each area has its own, depending on, like, the development and, like, the terrain. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it, but as you also level up your military tech, it'll go up and stuff.
So I have a truce with Kazan, so I can't, like, go to war with them again.
I mean, you could, but you'd lose a ton of stability. It'd be bad for you.
Because I want this.
Yeah, but you also don't have a claim for it. So what you're doing right now is your spies are A, improving relations with the Timurids, spying on Muscovy, and spying on Nogai, who you can get another claim against, if you want.
Yeah, so what's up with all this land?
That's like you haven't cored it yet. So like it's land you just conquered. Think of it that way. That's not what it exactly means. It means you don't have a core of it yet, or it's not a state, or both.
So, but I still
own it.
This?
You own this.
I know no guy moved up.
You see that? It's asking you to core it with your admin power up there.
This?
Yeah. So click that, and see. I don't think you had enough for all of it. You can either click core all, which is easy, or you can just click make core. It's gonna take time, but it'll make it so you make more money. It has less rebellion chances. It's better. You need them cored. That's just something you need, and it gets rid of like overextension, which if you have 100 plus overextension, is really bad for your country.
So moving into Nogai probably isn't the move right now, right?
I mean, they're at war. They're distracted, but
I don't. I mean, maybe take.
You are out of manpower though.
Yeah.
So if you look next to your money at the top,
this?
So all the way to the left. See your money, and then that's your manpower.
Ah.
Hover over that. Hover over the number, the 0 again. So you're recovering. You need 318 still, and you're recovering 221 each month. So in 2 months you're gonna have 100% of your troops back, but you're still gonna have 0 manpower. So it might not be the wisest decision to do war, but also you can get away with it. You're just gonna probably have a longer recovery time after the war with no guy.
My thought is that they're probably not even worth moving into right now, though, because they're in the wrong direction, and I feel like I'm powerful enough to kind of keep them at bay if they try anything.
I mean, yeah, but that also depends on their allies. I mean, it's a perfectly fine decision to ignore them now, because you are right, you don't need to worry about them. Their army is somewhat comparable to yours, just not enough to where if your troops were together, like, you can see their army right now in Kazan. They have 13,000 troops, basically.
How do I check their, allies?
Right-click on their country. And then you can see the one with the 2 flags in the list.
Where am I looking?
Right there. See the 2 flags?
Oh, yeah.
Those are their allies. And then the one below it is their royal marriages. So they are good friends with the Ajam.
Which is I'm not really...
Ajam is down there, you can see next to the Timurids.
So I'm not really worried about them, honestly, because if they try anything, I'm homies with the Great Horde, right?
Yeah,
so,
and also you gotta remember, your allies are gonna join a defensive war to help you. They are immediately asked, and if they say no, they lose a ton of prestige. They suffer a bit. They will say no if it's not a good war at all. They will say no. Keep that in mind. But in a war, it automatically paused, so you unpaused.
Oh.
No, you're good. It paused again with the thing. You only have the choice of that, and that doesn't bother you. That's just the game updating you about the Timurids. So you have a revolt happening in your land. So if you go to it, it'll bring you to the province. But you gotta zoom in. 11,000 troops isn't bad. Oh wait, no, that's occupied. No, wait, I'm changing the map for you. That's just so everything's on its normal colors. And we somehow unpaused again. Okay, so you've approved... Yeah, you can only go up plus 100 on improving relations with one of your diplomats. So recalling is your best chance. Or your best option, because, it's better to have your diplomats always doing something productive.
So what do I do about this?
You crush it with your army. Luckily, they spawned on a fort. So, you see how it's negative 21%? It's going to take them longer to occupy that land.
So should I move these?
Yeah, but it's 2 stacks, so clicking it is only going to select 1 stack.
I probably only need 1 stack, right?
1 stack is 11. You're going to equal them. I'd say bring both.
How do I bring both?
You click and drag over it. And now you got both selected.
And then I right-click here?
Correct. And then your troops will get there in, a bit of time. But luckily they spawned on a fort, so, you'll get there before they occupy the land. Which, if they occupy the land, will gain years of separatism. It's bad for you. It's not the end of the world, but it's bad. Oh, Muscovy's doing decent, I think. Oh god, Muscovy's doing well. That's someone else declaring a war on the Timurids, which is interesting. Oh, that's one of their vassals declaring war. Ooh. Can we check this out? I want to check this out. Hit OK. And then I want you to left click the Timurids.
So hit OK.
Yeah, left click the Timurids. Okay, so Afghanistan, zoom out a bit so I can see more of it. Yeah, so Fars, Afghanistan, and Transakh, I don't know how to pronounce it. They had enough, they all allied each other and they declared independence. So, good thing you're not allies with the Timurids, or else you've been called into that.
Would it be smart to maybe...
You don't have any claims, but it could be.
I was going to say support these guys.
You can't really support them now unless, it's going really poorly for them, and then you can enforce peace on the Timurids. I wish there was a way that you could actually support this stuff more, but, even if you could, you're not in a position. Your economy's not great. I'm not even letting you focus on economy right now, because it's just a confusing mess. But, you're losing money each month. You're not doing...
Fantastic.
One thing I'd recommend is one of your diplomats is tied up in no guy, so I'd say,
Pull it out.
well, fabricate all the claims you can on your border provinces with them. So that one with the line, you already have a claim.
Where?
So that was the province. You already have a claim there. So wait, what am I doing? I'm not wearing a hat. Fuck. So you can click that button over there next to the it's hard to explain. Can you click a different province that you're bordering with? So if you want to fabricate a claim, you can click that button.
Is it worth it?
It's free. It just costs the spy network strength. It's going to cost you 25 because you have one claim, and then the next one will cost you 30.
So what I'm saying, though, is, like, is it worth bothering?
Well, if you remove the diplomat, it's going to go away. And if you fabricate a claim, it's going to last, like, 25, 30 years.
I'm thinking probably better to pull the diplomat out, though.
You can do what you want.
Mm.
You can do what you want. It's not necessarily a bad decision, but it does just, like, why not use it? That's, like, my mindset, you know what I mean?
I'm thinking putting, like, it'd probably be better to put the manpower somewhere else, especially if I'm, like...
Well, the thing is, the spy network strength only works on no guy. So, like, you can still, even if you use even if you fabricate claim, you can still immediately remove the diplomat.
Okay.
It's like an instant thing that just uses spy network strength.
But is it gonna make me lose more money or anything?
No.
Okay. Fuck it then.
No. Oh, I'd say wait a month, because then you can fabricate another claim. Because you're almost at 30. You're at 29.27.
Okay.
And you're also... You killed the rebels. Well done. Yeah. So it's been a month. Hey Stanley, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Also, I should keep your chat open on this. On my phone. Because that's my way to moderate chat. No, I am going to my channel. Good to hear that you're good.
So now, how would I go about getting manpower and money back up there?
Manpower is just you wait over time. You just fought a battle, so now you're even more in debt with manpower, so you just gotta wait a while. Your troops are still taking attrition. Have a good one, Stanley.
So what if I split them up?
Yeah, if you just click one of them, and then put them in any other province, it really doesn't matter at that point, at that size. And now you'll just be recovering manpower slowly. So in order to really check your economy, I'd probably want to just take the mouse for a split second. So
yeah.
just pause. Let's pause, and then I'm just gonna... it's just easier. So going here is where your economy is. You're barely losing any income. Apparently we're using a missionary right now, which is 0.18. We have an advisor?
Yeah, didn't we get the financial aid?
We got the yearly inflation. So that's why you're losing money, which is... It's kind of fine to lose a small amount of money. You're barely losing any money a month. Like, you know, you're losing a ducat every 4 months, and you're at 54. You know, you times that. That's well over 40 months of income. Plus, you know, you can take money from more... I think you're fine for now. And once those provinces are cores and you can turn them into states, you'll probably be making an income. So, yeah, you're fine. Your economy's fine as is.
And that was, like, this area, right?
Yeah, those are, like, you have, like, a good 4 or 5 provinces over there. You can see the progress right under the religion. Up. Right there. That's the progress. And then you can see right above that is the religion and the culture. I'm not even going to explain to you how culture works in this game. Because, it does matter a little bit, but, like, on the surface, you can really, like, play 1,000 hours without realizing it helping.
So Muscovy seems like it's doing pretty well.
Yeah, they're doing fucking great. And that's why I am, like, so hesitant for you to attack Muscovy in this game at all. Because they're fucking up Lithuania.
Yeah.
And, like, that's not weak.
So, how is this going for the Timurids?
If you right-click on them, we can look. So they have -4 war score. You can see that, like, on the same list as the ally thing. Basically, do you remember the whole thing I taught you about this religion? With, like, legalism?
Not really. I think I've mostly been going towards legalism, though, right?
Click on the hands. You can see where you've been going. You've kind of been going towards legalism. But some events sometimes change it the other way, and stuff like that. And I think declaring war makes it go a certain way, and stuff like that. Hover over each of the 2 things on the end, like, these 2 things. So that gives you, that's, you know, going towards legalism will give you national tax modifier, national manpower modifier, and technology cost. And then that one will give you that. Morale of armies is really good, actually. It's very important. But, like, I think if you want to make your economy better, I'd go legalism.
What's gonna make it better for me to just start fucking people up?
Morale of armies.
Alright then.
But also, wait, go look at the other one again. Because, like, there's two different kind of, like, ways of thinking with that. You could either be like, I want my troops to be better, or I want to have more. You could go quantity or quality with that mindset. And that's really what you want. And also, if you go legalism, it boosts your economy as well. I know you just went mysticism. But, again, missionary strength is good for you, as you can't even... You don't have enough missionary strength to even start with these guys. So... You know, and fort defense is also good. It's just really passive and, like, not used as actively. Because you have to count on the AI, you know, going to your forts. Which they will, if you're at war with them and they're trying to push. They will. Oh god, they will. I feel like once, you know, we get, like, partially through today, you're really going to start getting a bit more autonomy to this. Because, like, chat, we were talking about this before, about, you know, like, where the line in the sand of how much I should help is. And, like, it's definitely hard with this game to really decide, but I think now we're starting to kind of get into a flow where I'm just describing things instead of telling you what to do.
Yeah. So, what's up with these guys?
They're friends with Yampur in India, which don't underestimate their size. Yampur is strong. It's one
My
of the
thought
India's
is,
powers.
like, instead of going through here, what if I, like, kind of cut around?
It'll be a bit hard because some of the mountains block your way. Like, there's a mountain range right there that you can't pass through. If you click the declare war button, it won't declare war until you confirm it again, but you can see if Yampur would join. So if you left click the declare war button, you remember it's not going to declare war. So Yampur would not join. You would crush this right now. So what? Oh, Mike. I have advice on what you should do if you declare war. On what you should do with Chagatai. I have great advice, but again, you can do what you want.
I'm thinking it might be worth it because I can kind of. I don't have to deal with Muscovy, and I can kind of avoid this conflict.
Mike, I think it's a fantastic idea, but not for the reasons you think. So those green lines means they have cores on Oriet's land.
Yeah.
So if you vassalize Chagatai, you can declare war on Oriet for those lands and give it to Chagatai. They have to deal with the payments on coring it, and then you can annex Chagatai and take all the... Mike, this is how I expand in my own games, is I look for shit like this. This is, that's the good shit, Mike.
So, should I call in an ally?
You can't. They're going to say no, so they won't let you.
So,
but no, I'd move your troops into the area first. Although, there is something to say for declaring war, just in case Yampur decides. Hover over the X next to Yampur's name. Okay, so they're really not going to join right now, unless they might, you know... I don't think they're going to join, so I think you have time to move your army down to the bordering provinces down there. I'm going to just change your map back to that. Yeah, so basically wait till your army's in position and then declare that war. I think that's a great idea, Mike. But that's also, I feel like I'm going over the line saying all this. But, like, it's another one where it feels like too good of an opportunity not to.
So, what's up with these modifiers?
That's just for one specific province. It's just a random event for a province. You just kind of have to choose one. I'd say the manpower modifier is probably the least affected towards you. Because, again, it's just one province, and you have 0 manpower anyway.
Fair.
And again, the reason why I'm approving this war when you have 0 manpower, Mike, and I say approving like you have to go through me, but, like, is because they have 4 troops. And you have 15,000, 16,000. Your agent was discovered. That just means that it's going to go down for a bit. Actually, go to Muscovy and fabricate a claim anywhere you want in Muscovy or Perm. Just because you're at 20 now, it's going to start going down for a little bit. Even those with the lines, you can.
This one?
Yeah. It's actually a good one to... If you look at... You can see the... We'll talk about trade probably another day, but you can see what... they trade in that province down there, and that's pretty good. Oh yeah, you're close to having some rebels come up. Yikes. They'll be okay. You can deal with them when they pop up. You can, I mean, there's not much you can do right now. I think the best thing you can do is deal with them when they pop up. Handling them is just a temporary measure that only, like, sets them back a month or so.
Fair.
Your troops are almost there? Yeah, you have 20,000 troops almost. Actually, your troops are there. Oh, you should probably send... You can split your army up for this, probably. Hit OK. Yeah. So what does that say? 6 or 8? I can't tell.
8.
I'd say send your 10.2 there. Except it doesn't have a general. Do you see where it says no leader up there?
Yeah.
Click that. And then I'd say, do you see the things with the plus on the side?
This?
The one on the top will roll you a new general. I think you have enough space for another general. If not, it's just going to take 1 monarch point away from you every month. And then, oh, that's a really good leader. Oh my god, switch them. Click the one with the red. No, go back. You actually selected the... You have to click the general's name.
Oh.
Click the one above it. And then hit OK. It's just, you're going to switch them to armies, because, and then go to your 9 stack. The only reason I'm telling you to do this is because...
Send the 9 stack up here?
No. Put the general you just rolled onto that army.
This guy?
Yeah. Because he's so much better for sieging down forts.
Okay.
He's going to be way more useful for you in the war.
So send the 10 stack up here?
Yep. That is definitely your best option. They might move by the time you get there because they'll be done sieging, but you're going to declare war on Chagatai.
Okay.
Oh, and your missionary is about to be done with your 1 province that can be done.
And I'm not remembering.
How to declare war?
Just go. Right? Do I right click and then declare war and then confirm?
Yep.
And then move troops in?
Yep.
All right.
I'd take it 1 province at a time, especially with, I think, that one that you're moving into. Oh, no, it's next to the capital. But, I mean, if their army is right next to you, I'd say go for it. But, like, I'd say be careful.
Enemies are sieging our province.
That's your rebels.
Ah.
I'd assume, at least. If you click it, it'll take you to it, I think. Yeah, it's the rebels.
Is these the same thing?
No, that's just the list of, like, all the unrest and stuff. Like, those are 2 different things. Conversion successful. You can just hit OK. It paused the game for you, though.
Oh.
I have it set to that pausing because, like, it can happen in, like, pretty intense situations. And, like, if I go to change it, I might forget that I'm doing stuff.
What's better, prestige or
Stability. You were at 0 stability, and it gives you, like... See, now you're making a profit. Rebels were successful in that province. You knew that was going to happen. At least I knew it was going to happen. The thing is, the rebels aren't moving yet, so that's a thing. You should pause for a second. Hit OK. So yeah, look at your army down there. They're done. A, they're done sieging the province, and B, move. I mean, I'd recommend moving in to attack that army right there.
This one?
I think you can reach them in time. You'll get there on the 26th of March. They're gonna get away, I think. Yeah. So if there's no X appearing or like swords appearing around there, you're not gonna be in combat. Can you hover over their army for me? They are going to Nidum. Okay, zoom in so I can see the name of the provinces. I'll tell you where they're going.
Isn't that where they are?
Hover over again. Oh, they're going above you. They're going to that province. So you could cut them off and then
Go back.
So you could do what I did for you last time and wait for them to lock in. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
So stop. Yeah, right click back on your province that you're on so they stop moving, and just wait until you see the lock on there. See, it's there.
And then move
Pause.
here.
You were too late. You didn't pause when I said there. I forgot to mention that you're supposed to pause. So now they already moved there. So see if you can reach them in time. Right click. Yep, you're not gonna reach them.
Where are they moving to?
They're going north to that one. Yeah.
So what if I?
You can't. That's 2 provinces away. Now they're in front of you, and it'd be just a chase.
What if I move these guys down? They just finished.
They are not up there yet. They're still moving up.
Oh, right.
I mean, you could ignore the rebels for now, and try.
What would be the better option? This is kind of nothing, right?
Yeah, but the rebels aren't going to be as aggressive with sieging down your provinces as they are. The rebels are going to stay in the area that they want to affect.
So you think maybe move these guys down?
I think maybe, yeah. That might be a bit of a better option. Don't click... I mean, you could click there. But they're not going there, remember? They're going to that one. So, yeah. So now all you have to do is kind of wait and react to what they do.
And then, should I move these guys over here?
No, I'd still try to sandwich them. That's what I would do. You can, like, you could definitely try and, like, chase them with the other stack instead. But it might be easier for you to try and sandwich them. You know what I mean? To lead them into a better direction. Because, like, they are going to react to where you're moving. When you unpause.
Fuck it.
Okay, they're locked in again. Okay. Let's pause again. Because now we gotta figure out where they're moving. I don't know where that is. We need to zoom in. We can't see. Go up. Where are they going to? Okay, it's the one up and to the right a bit.
Right here?
Yeah, so your troops are already locked into Banganai.
These aren't, though.
Yeah. You're still going to want to try and move your other troops up north there. I'd say move them to Kerry. Because then you're going to start being able to lead them. Because then they have three options after that. Either go back where they came. Okay, pause. We need to see where they're going. Okay, so you're going to need to head the 10 stack up to Ohm. And then probably follow with the 9 stack. I'm sorry, I'm directing you again.
Nah, it's cool.
I just realized what I was doing. Yep, you got to combat. You got to fight. You got that.
Oh, what's up with this, though?
Yeah, they bought more troops. And their army's dead. So I'd say you could ignore all the 1 stacks and just switch down their provinces. And remember, I'd say, I don't know which leader that is. I think that's the one you're supposed to send to the, No, that's the one that's... Hover over your leader name. Yeah, the army selected now is the one that's supposed to go south. Or should. I don't want to say supposed. And then the other stack was the one that you actually just sent down. Or
How do I...
left click on your army again. And you'll select the other one. And then I'd say send that right to the rebels. Because they're not going to move. I don't think you have much to worry about with all those 1 stacks kind of trying to siege down your provinces. It just would have sucked if, like, Chagatai was able to siege down your capital during all this. So yeah, now you can go just fuck up Chagatai.
Oh.
Yeah, that was just another agent discovered. Oh, you can actually make those provinces you took over a state now. Do you see the flag up there?
Yep. And how do I do that?
You see that flag right there?
This?
If you click that, you can make those. So you see what parts it's kind of highlighting?
Yeah.
So all those are 1 state. So if you wanted to complete the state, you'd have to attack Nogai, take those provinces. So that's like what players go for a lot is like, what states can we complete?
I think we'll worry about that after.
Yeah, so like, it would still help. You're going to have to hit the core button again, though. You're going to have to recore them, basically.
Yeah.
But it's going to be an instant thing. It's just going to cost the same amount of points.
Fair enough.
And that button is right next to the one you just clicked.
Okay.
See how now that's lit up?
Yeah.
Now you click core all, and it'll just do it. And then I think you're still in the process. Yeah, you're still coring the other provinces you took over, so you can't state them yet.
Fair. Should I move this down?
I'd say get unoccupy the province just north of it.
Okay.
Just so you're rebel. Yeah, just to completely get rid of it. You're in a lot of debt for manpower, though.
Fuck it.
Alright, you occupied it. So you gotta move your troops now. In Chagatai. Alamati.
I kind of want to hold off on doing this until I have everything.
That's fair. You can do that. Gives them less of an option to spawn troops. Well, looks like the Timurids are dying. Down below you.
Oh.
At least starting to. Oh no. I'd hit go to. Oh no. Hit okay. Just get rid of that. Well, that's a bit of a problem for you.
Is it?
Yes. Because the one army that's close to it is not anywhere near big enough
We just gonna ignore it for now then.
If you ignore it too long, then they get independence.
Fuck them.
So you're just gonna get rid of all the land you just conquered
Uh,
and spend all the points coring. These are the tough decisions you have to make.
I'm thinking we're worried about Chagatai right now.
I mean, the 6 stack can handle Chagatai. The 9 stack can handle the rebels. ¿Por qué no los dos? Rebels are occupying your land, Mike.
Wait, where are they going?
They're not going anywhere.
Ah, alright, well, fuck it.
But they're going to give that land to Perm eventually if you don't take it back. Which is the person you want to destroy. So why would you make them destroy?
Kind of less worried about Perm now.
Yeah, but...
I mean, I'm moving up there. I'm moving the 9 stack up there.
No. What I'm saying is you shouldn't be worried about Perm, but their daddy. Ooh, Chagatai's asking you for peace. Ha! Ha!
This?
Yeah. I'd say ignore it.
Yeah.
Right click it. That'll ignore it.
Yeah, fuck them.
I mean, you could click it and then say no.
Wait,
so they get an official no.
Wait, shouldn't I do that though? Because then they're gonna have to pay for this, or?
No, you have to decide the terms yourself. That was their terms. They would be like, here, take 1 province and 10 gold, please.
Yeah, no, I'm taking everything.
Yeah, I think you can. Everything should be. I think. I didn't actually have.
Should I move these to
yes.
here?
Yes. I mean, you already had them selected, but you know, you deselected them by trying to select them again.
You know, don't worry about it.
Yep, they took that land. Also, your army down there took the province. You're gonna have to get used to eventually, being able to, you know, do that. Look back fast and... I almost said fast and forth instead of back and forth. I am dumb. Well, that fight's gonna happen. Oh, the fight's happening. Oh, I think you're losing.
Oh.
You took a river crossing and you lost. Mike, this could be the end of your country soon.
Alright, we're gonna just leave that.
No, well, that army's... You see the blue line, blue area? It's being forced into that position. You can't change it until it gets there.
Ah.
Also, you're done with that province down there. And, yeah. So this is now where you're having an issue. Chagatai is now starting to unsiege the land you took.
Are they? Oh, yikes, yeah. Where are they going?
You're definitely not going to reach there in time, but they might stay there to try and unsiege it. It's just if they know, yeah, they're going to stay there for a little bit. Ooh, Oriat has rebel problems. No guy now views you as a rival.
Fuck them.
Those guys...
Oh, you dicks.
Yeah. You unselected them.
Oh.
You should also pause when you're trying to do this thing, because you just let them move like a whole province doing all that. Yeah, your advisor died.
Fuck him.
Yeah, you just...
God damn it.
They weren't going that way.
Oh. Well, I am.
I know what you went through. With Dark Souls. I know the pain now. Oh.
Oof. What would be...
Prestige, I'd say. You have 22 prestige. Those admin, diplo, and military power are like your lifeline in this game, in a way. It's hard to explain. That means nothing. You just discovered someone else's agent in your land.
Ignore this?
Yes. Again. I'd say use one of your stacks to take the other 2 provinces while let your bigger stack works on the capital. You know? So you already have your small stack selected. So just right-click on one of the other two provinces. Also, the way I said that leader was really good for sieging down provinces, he has +2 pips on siege value. So you already have a breached wall there. So it's gonna be much faster for you to siege that stuff down. I gotta stop moving out of frame. I'm not used to being over here.
Ignore this again?
Yeah. I mean, if I just ignore them until, you know, you have what you want.
Fair.
You can also move your troops again. You had them selected.
God damn it.
Can we get a compilation of this? How many times Mike deselected the troops he already had selected? Because I knew it happened last stream,
What's
too.
going on here?
Yeah, those are the dudes that you kind of let roam, remember?
Ah.
That you kind of let get away.
Mm.
So those red lines that are next to, like, the siege thing, that means they don't have enough troops to siege down those provinces.
Oh, so they're just like...
They make no progress.
Ah.
So they are just taking manpower losses. And you took their capital, I think. Yeah, you have them all. So right-click on... You see at the bottom with the 100%?
Right here?
Yeah, right-click that. That's how you open the peace screen. So if you go to the last tab... that'll be how you surrender if you offer tribute. Yeah. Go to treaties, and you can click Uzbek vassal. And then I would also go and control-click the plus next to the money to take as much as you can. Keep clicking it. Maybe it's shift-click? Yeah. So, I mean, you still have 9... I don't think you can do anything with 9 war score right now. But this is giving you money, and you take them as your vassal.
So, send demand?
I'd say yeah, if that's what you're content with.
Yeah, fuck it.
So now what you should probably be doing though is improving your relation with them.
And how would I do that?
In the same way you do spy network and stuff like that. You use a diplomat. So you go to that diplomatic menu. You've just lost that because you can't declare war on your vassal.
Ah. Okay.
So you right click on Chagatai.
Anywhere?
Anywhere. And you have to wait for your diplomat to get back, which will be in 15 days. And you also have to wait till the 20th of October.
Is it this?
Yes, it will be that.
Okay.
Because if you look at your relation up there, he does not like you at -92. And he is a disloyal vassal, so he won't accept royal marriage and stuff like that.
Improve relation then?
Yeah, and you know how I said you can only do plus 100 with people?
Yeah.
That's different for your vassals. In personal union, you can do up to 200 with them.
Okay, and should I move these guys out?
I mean, yeah, you should probably deal with your rebellion that you still got going on.
Yes, right.
So I'd click and drag them both up to provinces near there to combine them, then deal with those.
So like maybe here?
Maybe not. The only reason I'm saying that is because what if they move there and then you just one attacks because it gets there first,
So move
dies.
Here?
Yeah, I'd move a bit further away so you can collect them.
It's right here? Okay.
Right there's fine. It's just one of those little like details that you kind of like pick up after playing the game so much and having it happen to you. That I feel like I should just skip you that torment. Just let you skip that pain. That's what my 1,000+ hours are here for. But see, now those troops that you kept alive are blue.
Yeah.
And they're your friend. Well, they're not your friend yet, but they will be once they feel a positive relation with you. Oh, that thing that just popped up. Do you see the cogs? The cog wheel, the yellow one? The yellow flag at the top.
Ah, yes.
That's technology. That means you have enough points for tech. However, do you see the plus 50 and plus 45% on all that?
Yeah.
That's it adding to how much monarch points it costs because you're behind in whatever.
Okay.
I don't think you can do anything about that now. But if you want to pay an extra 200 military points, you can have level 4 tech, which I'd say go for that.
Where is that?
You see the blue? How, like, those things are how you do tech. That's military, and you have enough because you can click it. But you'd be spending a fuck ton. I'd say go for it. Because, you know, having more military tech than your opponent is a big advantage.
Fair enough.
Especially if it builds up over time. And also, if you right-click on another nation, real quick, you can see what they're at right there. So they're at all 3s. Ow. So that's also another thing you can check to make sure it's a good idea to declare war on someone. It's just so early in the game that I didn't have you look at that yet. Because the area you're in is just behind Europe. Europe probably has military tech 5 already.
Fair. Should I move now that these guys...
I mean, if you... I'd say click and drag over them real quick. And then if you want to combine the army, you can hit G on the keyboard.
Is that a good idea?
It will combine just the stacks. And then if you want to split them again, you hit S.
Okay.
And it'll split them in half.
Fair. And then move them in here, you think?
Yeah.
Or are these guys moving now?
They're not. They're not moving.
Alright.
They'd have an animation going.
Okay.
I'm worried the guys there will go into your land, though. At some point. That can't happen. It usually happens when it's like separatists for rebels. So like say you...
Looks like no guy's about to deal with it though.
Yeah. But you see how no guy took Kazan land? So you know how... Imagine if no guy had Kazani separatists trying to take that land up north next to your army. It's possible they come into your lands because it's also Kazani core. And you took it from them.
Fair.
So they see that as their land still too. So they can also just... Someone else's rebels can become your problem. Very quickly. But they could, your rebels could also become someone else's problem if you're in the right situation, so... And sometimes you're at war and you're like friends with like one of the big strong dudes in your area, and you have some rebels you're not quite strong enough to deal with, and then Big Daddy France comes with his 40 stack and just crushes them for you, and I'm like, oh, thank you, buddy. Gotta love the French monarchy for now. Yeah, that doesn't really matter. It just means you're... So look in the top right. You see how that number turned red next to no guy? The 50?
Yeah.
That means it's gonna go down a bit.
Okay.
You can still fabricate a claim. You have enough on no guy. And now you have a bunch more land because they took from Kazan. See, this is why I was like, you might want to declare war on no guy now. But like, again, you hover over your manpower again. You're way more in debt now. Before, you literally had 300 manpower in debt. Now you're 8,000 almost. So like, well, 7,200. My dyslexia read 7,900. I'm sure you probably read the same thing at first, honestly.
You know, it'd be like that.
So yeah, now you're gonna have to wait a lot longer for your men to recover.
So could I fabricate a claim here? Or is that...
Yeah, you can. Oh, also to get out of, so technically you could either click that or you can. Actually just hit S. You can hit S on the keyboard to switch between those as well. So like, if I did that, that's one of those just hotkey things you notice. But now it would cost you 40 spy network. Because that one costs 35.
Okay.
So, if you hit R, right, real quick, while you're not selecting any nation, you can see all the yellow lines are things you have claims on. And also, if you now click on Chagatai while on this window, you can see what they have cores on Oriat, Caradel. So, in the future, or hit W if you want to go back to the regular. So, like, I feel like I should explain the hotkeys now. So if you look down at the bottom there, you see all those tabs?
Yeah.
So it basically goes Q, and like a lot of these you can hit for multiple. So like W, if you hit it again, will show you unrest in provinces. This is your trade window, so it's going to show you trade routes, and then this will show you trade goods. This is your diplomatic window, which is like the one you'll probably switch to the most. And then opinion. Then you got religion, and it goes on and on down the keyboard.
Okay.
And a lot of this stuff you don't really need, but like, these are probably going to be some of your most important ones. These four.
Which are?
W-E-R-T.
Okay.
And again, if you accidentally get on one you're confused again, like you might have accidentally hit W a couple times.
Yeah.
Like technically people use terrain map mode a lot, but I don't, because I can just look at the province. If you look right, hover over that, you can see what the terrain modifiers are.
Fair.
Like that right there. Just make sure you saw it, I don't know.
This, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, if you ever see me just being, like, touching something on keyboard, it's probably just hitting a hotkey.
So...
Oh, yeah, you can state... Ooh, that's only a 3-province state. Interesting. Volga. What a name of a state. Bug. No, yeah.
So that would be moving up into Perm. Is that a bad idea?
I mean, that won't affect anything. You'll still be
Okay.
making more money from these provinces. The only way you're gonna get mad, Muscovy be mad at you, is if you declare war at them, pretty much.
Fair.
Or they are like, ooh, your provinces look tasty.
Is this...
You could build... The castles cost a lot of money. I'm not... It's like... I'm not going to have you build a fort right now. You don't have any real needs for them. And it's 200 ducats, so... The only one up there I would have you look at is either the one you were just about to hover over, the Sunni one, and the one with the question mark, the red one. Because that just means you don't have enough rivals selected. Which is those right there. And again, on the right, it shows you who has you as a rival, which is Oriat only. Which I'd say, yeah, rival them. Rivaling them makes it so it's easier for Spy Network to grow.
Oh, wait.
You have better claims. Yeah, they rival you, so it's a no-brainer, basically.
Anyone else worth?
I mean, if you want to do the Timurids, sure, but, like, you spent time improving relations with them as well. You could do Muscovy. They don't like you already.
Yeah, but I don't know if I want to piss them off.
Yeah, so right now you don't need all three. See how that tooltip went away?
Yeah.
You're currently... I think you would, like, lose power projection or something if you didn't have them. Okay. Or prestige or something.
And what about this one?
That is so you can spend 0.2 second... Like, it'll take 128 months for that to finish. I don't know if it's 100% worth it to do and spend the money on that every month.
Probably not.
So you can make the decision if you want to, like... There is, like, something to be said of starting them now so you forget about them and they just get done over time, but... You could also wait till you have more missionary strength.
What exactly... That just makes them like me more?
Well, it also makes just the provinces better a little bit too. And revolts are less strong because it's religious unity in that province specifically though.
I'm like draining money right now though, aren't I?
Nope.
Oh no. Fuck
Plus 4.3 a month.
Fuck it.
Ever since your advisor died and you put those states into effect, you're doing better, Mike. That's why I said it really did not matter for you to worry about it at that point.
Fair enough.
Because I'm like, oh, this is just going to get better over time. He's already done what he needs to make it better. But, like, the ones with the dotted line, you only have one missionary, so you can only do it one at a time.
Fair.
So. And once we're not at the point where you have, there's going to be a point, Mike, where you have 5 admin tech, where your options are going to open the fuck up for what you get to decide for some things, and you're going to be overwhelmed.
So, should I maybe hold off on doing things for a little bit and let manpower...
I would say that, definitely. Because, like... Actually, I'm going to check the ledger real quick. Just to real quick check how Nogai's army is fine. I thought maybe if that was Nogai's entire army, maybe we go for them now. But nah, it's better to wait till we have at least like a few thousand manpower to play with.
I'm currently like 7,000 manpower. Right?
Yeah, and you're gaining about 200 every month. So it's going to be a couple years in game.
So is there a way to make that better?
Yeah, but those are things you can't do yet.
Fair.
Those are modifiers you don't have the ability. So like, when you have Admin Tech 5, you're going to be able to choose an idea group, which you'll go down a line and it'll give you bonuses, and then it's like, it gives you a lot more bonuses when it mixes with other idea groups.
How do I check their, like that, right?
Their loyalty?
No,
or their opinion?
These guys.
Oh, their cores?
I thought I saw Oriat's move somewhere. I wasn't sure if they were...
Well, if you want to check your core stuff, you hit R.
Okay.
And then you click on the... You can't have that menu open, though, which is weird. And then you gotta click... Then if you click them again... Then you can see that. Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, I thought I saw Oriat's moving down here for some reason.
You can't see that really all too well.
Maybe I'm bugging.
You can see, like, the provinces you're connected to. Other than that, there's a fog of war. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, you accidentally hit F, so you open the Finder thing.
Oh.
You're learning. You're learning the Arumba would be so proud of you learning hotkeys right now, man. So proud. He loves hotkeys. He has a hotkey mod that I don't use, actually, because it scares me. When I get used to some hotkeys, I don't want to switch it up and learn new hotkey formats. I don't understand how some people play StarCraft 2 with the default hotkeys, maybe with some custom ones, and they're like, I'm going to switch to the core, which is basically like using the other side of the keyboard.
Diplomatic power or stability?
That's a tough call for you. So you have 760 Diplo power, which is a good amount. It wouldn't take you that... It would take you a decent amount of time to get it back. You only have one stability, and if you think about it, a stability costs at least 100 admin usually.
So probably...
It might be better for you to lose the stability, but like... that's really like up to you, personal preference, like in the moment type deal.
I think this would probably be easier to get back, though, right?
It would be definitely easier to get back, I think. Although stability, it's like, you know, sometimes you get a random stability like you do. So it's like one of those things where do you want to gamble that you might get it back later? And being at 0 is fine. But being in the negative has some effects, you know. It's just the 0 means no positive or negative effects.
And so what should I be doing anything with Chagatai?
You have nothing you can do other than you're improving relations with him. You have a lot of spy network strength on Muscovy, though. You have 67, which means you could probably get 3 claims or something like that. Yeah, that's the one you already have.
What if I went to Perm?
Yeah, you can do those. That is going to use the Muscovy spy network strength, though.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's...
Yeah. So that one's going to cost 30, and the next one's... Or 20, I think. Yeah. And then... Right, because... So, you know how I said it goes up every 5?
Yeah.
That is individual countries. Okay. So even if vassals... So, like, you already have one in Muscovy, but yet that one costs 20. And this one's going to cost 25, as it tells you. But, again, that's all you border. So that's all you can claim.
Okay.
And then you have 1 or 2 more provinces you can claim. Or, actually, no, you used it all in Muscovy.
And I don't border anything else, right?
Well, you claimed that one, and then you boarded that one, and that one. Oh, wait, no, that's Nogai. I'm dumb.
Yeah.
I'm dumb. I thought Nogai was your blue for a second.
We're going to move into Nogai real soon, though.
Yeah, if you take that land up there.
Yeah.
But there also might be some sense of taking southern Nogai first, in case having a buffer against Muscovy for some time. You know what I mean? Because if Muscovy declares war on Nogai and takes that land, like, you're going to try and take it anyway either way.
Fair.
It's just it buys you time to maybe move it. Like, the reason why I was so hesitant about you moving east at the beginning is, like, the smart play is to move west and build our strength. As the seasons are changing. It's May now. So, you know, Siberia is not as snowy. But, usually the play is to move, like, west or south to try and gain that strength so you can deal with Russia when the time comes. Oh, they're asking you for a royal marriage over in Chagatai. No reason not to accept that.
Fair enough.
It just means they're going to be even friendlier with you. And they have even less of a chance of wanting to rebel.
And what was the thing with, like, this area?
So, Chagatai has cores on them. That's different than a claim. So it's cheaper to take them and cheaper to do the war, basically, for, like, aggressive expansion and core creation costs and stuff like that. And I think it also means it doesn't take as long to... No, wait, they don't have to core them at all, since they're already cores. It's basically, like, a good free reason to expand, right? And, like, other countries not being pissed at you for it. That's, like, the biggest option for it. Because, like, where I have trouble... Also, you should click that. So, government reform is, like... Okay, can you actually click back real quick? Where this is right there. That button. So, if you click that again, the crown with the arrow... Basically, over time, you're gaining government reform, and you go down this list making decisions. You already have 1, and then you can make these decisions. So, you're at tier 2 now. So, whatever you want to do. National manpower modifier. Oh! If you want to deal with your manpower a bit, that'll give you total national manpower modifier plus 20%, right? However, the more manpower you have, the more you're going to increase each month because it's like a 1 or 10% thing.
So go with the manpower, you think?
If you want if you want. Again, yearly corruption is really decent. It's really good. National tax modifier is pretty good as well. But they're both good.
I think I'm getting men back pretty well.
Yeah, you're getting 236.
So maybe go with the money.
Yeah, the thing is, though, yearly corruption is only, like, when you have corruption. You have none right now. It's just it costs money to make it go down over time. It can be very expensive for corruption. So that being... It's yearly, too. You gotta keep in mind, that's a yearly modifier, 0.05.
Okay. But the tax modifier is more what I'm thinking of.
It's definitely nice. It's not gonna be, like, as big as an increase as you might be thinking. It's not gonna be 5% to your total economy. Because your total economy is not just tax. It is production, trade, gold, vassals. So you're just gonna be getting 5% of 5.65. So keep that in mind. So a lot of times when I was new to this game, I would see, like, 10% national tax, and I'd be like, 3.18 should go up 0.3 or something. Yeah. And it didn't. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, you just don't know math, David, or English comprehension.
Fair enough. But, okay, so overall, what would you think is probably better? I'm thinking probably the tax modifier is Cause I mean, like the manpower right now.
I
feel like I'm
personally, if I'm thinking long term, manpower. That's what I would personally pick, I think.
really.
Because your economy's fine.
Okay.
4 ducats or 3 ducats a month is actually kind of a lot, especially for a horde.
Fair enough.
But also, like, again, this is your decision to make. If you want that extra financial security, that is not a bad option.
So I mean, realistically, more than anything, I want the manpower. I want to be able to move into places I want to conquer.
Yeah, because if you have, like, you know, at first you had a total of 22,000 manpower. And I think next, yeah, and you gain an extra 6,000 manpower pool. So, again, when you train one troop, that costs 1,000 manpower. When one of your troops loses 900 troops, that's 900 you have to recover. So, like, it's definitely a modifier that really matters and that you should be paying attention to. And, like, so now you have 2 reforms that add 20% to step nomads in martial society. Or whatever that says. It's a bit far away and my eyes aren't as what they used to be. Which so, oh god, I'm old.
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm old. Kill me. But yeah, no, it's definitely, I definitely think the manpower is, like, a good thing to have. Because, like, let me show you ideas now. I'm just going to give you a bit of an overlook. So here's ideas. Like I said, you unlock it at 5, and then you unlock at 7, 10, you unlock more and more over time. And each of these will go up a third per idea. So 3 ideas will unlock these.
That one, right?
No, this unlocks at level 5. You can just click it to look at them.
Ah.
So you could, like, again, there's quantity here, which manpower plus 50%, recovery speed plus 20%, and then regiment costs. Or you could go quantity or quality. There's a lot of different things you can do in this. And again, this is just, but it's going to be like a big sink for your monarch points, so your tech's going to fall behind if you focus too much into these, which I do way too often.
Fair.
But, like, those modifiers are really fucking good. Like, a lot of them are, some of them are trash. Some of those trees, some of those group ideas are absolute garbage. And, like, the devs know that. But, like, you need some to be bad, or worse than others, right?
Yeah.
So, like, it's one of those things. Also, your army's taking attrition.
Oh. So, split them off?
Yeah, I'd say that.
Half?
Yep. And now you have control of one of them. Any province, it really does not matter. You don't have any, well, you do have rebels, technically, foremen, but they're at 50 and 40%. It's not much.
Prestige or administrative power?
I'd say prestige again. You're at 22 prestige again, so it's the same exact deal. It's
Fair
the
enough.
same damn thing. Yeah, they do be discovering your agents.
Yeah, they're not very good spies, huh?
Yeah, no, they're also not very good at killing the spies.
I feel like they're probably like James Bond, just keep telling everyone they're a spy. It's like
James
getting
Bond.
super drunk and like
Spy.
so they keep getting drunk and telling everyone they're a spy.
It says on my name tag, super spy.
Yeah, like
The name's Bond. James Bond, my legal name.
yeah.
I'm telling all these
Giving out
governments my legal name.
Giving out the full government. Might as well be throwing your social security number around.
That has James Bond 4444. Hide user on channel. Bobbity boop. Bibbity bop. So you can go to Admin Tech 4, which allows you to build temples, which will give you tax modifier bonuses in provinces that you build them in.
So worth it?
I mean, you want to take tech. Tech is always worth it. I mean, unless you're like, you know, with those +6, now it's +65, you know, like if you're there's ahead of time. Oh, you can buy being defender. Do not do that. If you want, left-click it. Just left-click it to look at it. You can buy Defender of the Faith, which is that shield right there. If you hover over it, it tells you what modifiers you'll get. Which they're really good modifiers, but this means you're going to be called into any defensive war with a Sunni nation.
Nope.
And if you say no, you automatically lose the title. And it costs 500 ducats to take the title.
Nope.
Yeah, no. It's only worth it if you're like a superpower. And like, you know, you can just handle all these wars no problem.
Yeah.
Or like you're Coptic, like Ethiopia. If you're Coptic, you're like the only Coptic nation. So it doesn't matter.
Mm.
You get all those modifiers for free, basically. Well, for 500 ducats. It's not free, baby. But yeah, no, you are now positive in the manpower. Barely, but you're there.
Shit. Oh, we lit.
So yeah, like you have to wait a few years, but like it's not that long in real time.
Yeah.
We waited like what, 10 minutes?
Something like that. We up now.
In an hour, we've gone 10 years in game. That's just I think they got... Yeah, if you hover over OK, it shows you what they got.
Whatever.
Which is to the end of the game, which is a pretty good modifier. But yeah, no, those guys are barely going up at all. They're not, actually, really. They have a 0.7% chance to go
now
up.
That we in the fucking green with manpower, now that we up, should we just, like, blast through some no guy?
Well, hit L. Check out the ledger. They have 12,000 troops. Yeah, you could beat them. It might be a bit harder, but we can do that.
We got 20,000 troops, bro.
It might just be harder for you to get them in a good fight for you.
So
I could easily destroy them, but I don't know.
What do you think? Do you think go maybe start down in this area?
It doesn't really matter. I don't know where their army is, and that's what would decide that. Because, like, do you want to ignore
Well, weren't you concerned about Muscovy?
I mean, yeah, but, like, if you declare war on no guy, and Muscovy declares war on no guy, they're not going to be able to fight you for it.
That's fair.
I'm just saying, I was only worried if you take northern no guy. Like, in the peace deal, and then Muscovy's like, I want that, and then immediately declares war on you, and you're not ready. You know what I mean?
So, I mean,
So you can invade from anywhere, it's just what you take that I was
personally, I'd rather start up here and work my way.
Yeah, because if Muscovy declares war, then, and they take that land in the war, if they occupy it, then you can't. So it might be better for you to take the north.
Okay, how do I declare war? I forget.
Go to diplomacy. To the right.
Oh, yep. Alright,
So, it might not be a great idea.
Ah.
Well, if you click the checkbox next to the Great Horde, you guys will have 26 infantry, 15 cavalry. Why is it called? I guess they're a horde. They have a good amount of cavalry. This is gonna be a much tougher war than you thought. They have Crimea and Ajam that would join. So it's definitely not as easy as It's not as easy as Chagatai, whose allies would not join him because they were at war and not doing well.
It's probably not worth it.
It might not be worth it. Hover over the white flag on the top with the... How was your truce with Kazan? 3 years? Yeah, Kazan doesn't even have really anything left worthwhile, to be honest. What about Yeah. I just don't... You can win this war. It's just going to be a lot more stressful for you than any war you've done so far. A lot harder.
What if You said there's mountain range in this area that wouldn't be...
Well, so what you can do for expansion... And the reason why you were talking about that is you wanted to kind of avoid the Timurids. And the reason why I said you can't really do that because of the mountain range is because it's right there. And these guys were owned by the Timurids at the time, so you had to go through the Timurids anyway to get there.
Right.
But now that Transoxiana is independent and fighting that war, that's not as true anymore.
So, what if I went...
You'd have to fabricate claims on these guys to the south.
So Chagatai is a vassal, so I can just kind of move through there freely, right?
Yeah, yeah. And those troops will join you in the war. Don't forget that. You can ask them to attach to you. You can ask them to be really aggressive.
I can't fabricate claims.
You can't fabricate against them because you don't have any neighboring provinces.
Oh.
Chagatais do not count. Chagatai can fabricate claims, but they are only likely to fabricate on your rivals. So they're going to be fabricating on Oriat for you. And if you want, I think you can rival Trans...
I don't know if I want to fight those guys.
Yeah, but
personally.
like... You know, it might be a way to expand. The Timurids' land is real nice.
Yeah. So
you know how... You see those numbers? Each province has, like, different amounts. So if we look at Constantinople, they have this is a fucking fantastic province. It's getting them 2.31 ducats a month by itself versus your 0.11 for, like, your capital is here, and it's getting you that. Like, your capital is so much trash compared to this. But it's still way better than this.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, we got Timurid land with, like, a lot of 4s, a lot of 6s, a lot of 8s. You have a lot of 3s. And, like, that's kind of the same deal. Like, if America didn't have a lot of 3s and 4s, it'd be way more powerful than it is. Like, completely united at the end of the game. Although the AI never unites the United States completely. The most I've ever seen is them, like, get the 13 colonies independent as the United States, and then move to, like, Ohio or a little further, and they never get farther. Because they don't have time. Because of the way the game faces. But yeah, no, I mean, at this point, it's basically your decision of tough wars, or, like, sitting back and waiting for an opportunity where their friends won't help them, you know? And these are wars you could win, don't get me wrong. It's just I don't want to babysit them too much.
Yeah,
I'd feel bad if I did.
I'm not sure I want to rush in.
I don't mean like me watching you as baby. I don't want to like me interfere babysitting.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to rush into no guy after seeing that though.
Yeah.
I'm wondering. I don't really want to fight these dudes, but I'm wondering if it might be worth it.
It might be your easiest conquest in your area.
And I don't even necessarily.
Again, we haven't checked out how Oriet's friends feel yet.
That's fair.
So if you right-click them, you can go immediately to the diplomatic screen. And then if you hit the declare war, we can see how their friends are feeling. They have more friends.
Yeah.
Even if one of them doesn't want to join, they have more friends. And the Great Horde will not join that war.
And
it's too far away.
I don't think it's really worth going this way right now anyway.
I mean, actually, can you right-click Ming for me? How do they feel about you? They have no opinion of you. If you could be their friend, no one would declare war on you. If you were their ally. No one would declare war on you. Because they'd have to deal with Ming.
I can't offer an alliance, though.
Well, no, and they wouldn't accept anyway. And they have negative 10 opinion of you. Korea's doing kind of decent.
I'm thinking cutting through here to get to some water.
I mean, yeah. I mean, definitely India is a very valuable area. Even Saudi Arabia is a very valuable area. It's just, again, once you get towards, like, India, you're dealing with Vijayanagar, Bahmanis, Jampur, Delhi, Bengal. They're all big powers, despite their size. Even though you're obviously, you have the biggest name in the area, so that means you're the best, right?
Yeah.
That's what matters the most to EU4 players. So. But yeah, no, like, you don't have any diplomats free currently, so you'd have to stop spying on someone, probably. Which, again, you can right-click the diplomats on the top right, and that would, if you right-click them, it'll prompt you, do you want to send them back home? Which, I mean, Muscovy you can't do any more to, so why have Muscovy spying? Which is the middle one. You can,
what about, this guy...
You're still improving relations with your vassal. I mean, you don't have to, but there's literally zero reason for you to be in Muscovy.
Fair.
Because you've already fabricated all you can.
So let's wait
Yeah, you gotta wait the 22 days. The farther it's kind of cool, but it's also annoying. Like, imagine how much it sucks being a European trying to talk to their colonies. It takes 60 days for the diplomats to get back.
So I can put a spy guy in here?
Yeah. They're independent, so you should be able to.
Is that in diplomacy?
Yeah. And they have no allies. They have no allies, Mike.
Build spy network.
Build spy network, yes. They're actually hostile towards you, so you couldn't be friends. You wouldn't be able to be friends with them anyway.
Oh, that sucks. I kind of like those
So you can kind of see right there next. The top one is their opinion of you. The bottom one is your opinion of them, which again should not be a modifier in this game because I set that opinion. So sometimes it literally stops me from being able to do certain things because, oh, you don't like them enough.
I liked him just fine.
I like him enough to ask for help.
I thought he was a pretty cool guy overall.
Listen, just because I want his land doesn't mean I don't like him.
Yeah.
God, Americans in the 1800s moving westward.
Fuck.
Fuck. As a white man, I am sorry. That's how David gets canceled by apologizing and speaking as himself in the third person.
You do say sorry too much sometimes.
I'm sorry.
Oh boy, what's going on here?
Listen, you set me up for that one. Crimea just... The Ottomans own Crimea. So, this actually might be good for you and Nogai. So, can I see the mouse real quick? I'm just going to look at stuff. So, if we... Yeah, so the Ottomans now, they're a march. So, if you have a vassal, you can designate them as a march, which gives them more military output. They just don't pay you, and you can't annex them anymore. And if you renounce their marchhood, they get minus 200 opinion of you. So it's a major problem. I learned that the hard way. So what happens sometimes, which this is kind of rare, is the Ottomans get an event, and they get to decide what to do with Crimea, and they decide to make them a vassal. So what this means is no guy is no longer friends with Crimea. Which makes this easier. That will be gone.
Even without the Great Horde, that's like way better odds looking.
Yeah, actually the Great Horde won't join you anymore, which sucks. It's because they're in a different war. Who are they at war with? Imerti? Oh, they're fighting these guys. Oh, they're in... Imerti's getting gangbanged, bro.
Jeez.
No, buddy, I'm so sorry. Oh no! Oh, he's getting
But
gangbanged.
all this bread is at them?
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yep. That's all them. The whole Mamluks, dude. 4 times the size of Egypt. Yeah, but that pop up with Crimea is just telling you about that event, and then your agent was discovered again in Nogai.
The worst fucking spies, bro.
You're dead ass being so unlucky with this. This is way more often than normal.
Does Uzbek just have like a crazy accent or something?
Maybe it might be. You know, they're both hordes from Russia. You'd think it'd be close enough.
You know, I mean, maybe there's like some dialect differences, and like
maybe. So you know how in like World War II
they called soda pop, and everyone was like, "Are you from Uzbek?"
You know how like in Germany they do this for 3, and we do this for like raising like in. Have you ever seen Glorious Bastards?
Yes.
And remember the bar scene? That's how one of the spies gets caught. They do this instead of the German 3 for ordering beers. Maybe that's what it is. Another like a little thing where like peace or like good job is like a different little gesture thing, you know? It's the little things that matter as a spy.
We got bro, what the worst fucking spy.
Dead ass. Okay, that's so yeah, if you want now you can move your armies back and declare that war on Nogai.
Okay, is it worth it?
I mean, we haven't looked.
Jesus fucking Christ.
No, you discovered someone else's agent though.
Oh. Whoops.
You discovered an Oriat agent.
Mm.
I mean, so I want to check. So one thing I don't think we have checked is. Yeah, I mean, if you want, this is a. Oh, you already have. Oh, ooh. Chagatai has claims.
Oh shit.
You can use those. You can declare war on them right now, except you have to take a diplomat back.
I thought I already put a diplomat in there.
Well, you'd have to. You can't. You have to take him out in order to declare war. You can't use. It's 2 separate actions.
Okay, so.
Well, I think at least. Yeah, so you can't confirm you have no diplomats to send. I mean, you might as well take him back. He's shit. He's real shit at what he does.
Wait, where is he?
Oh, wait. No, that's declaring war on Chagatai. I was like, why the fuck are we getting all these stability drops? That's Chagatai.
Whoops.
Yeah, you can declare war on him now. But what were you saying?
I'm thinking this direction looks a lot easier than going this way for any reason. Like, I mean, there's fucking... I mean, I got homies over here that probably wouldn't like me taking all that. I got fucking these guys, all a big bunch of assholes that are probably not looking...
The Ottomans and their onion heads.
You know, they're probably not looking to be friends with me as
I mean, the Ottomans maybe. You could be friends with
as I pillage through Lithuania.
Nah, the Ottomans hate Europe, so, you know, they might be down for that shit. The Ottomans might be the ones that are down for your antics. But not yet, you're too far away.
I'm also wondering how the Great Horde's gonna feel. They're probably not gonna help me with Muscovy.
Oh, yes, they will.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
They're probably gonna get fucked by Muscovy.
They won't hate you until you have, like, all the land around you, and they're like... But at that point, they'll fear you too much to care. I don't think you'll lose the Great Horde.
Can I handle Muscovy?
Right now? Fuck no.
At any point in the near future?
Next stream, I don't think so. Muscovy would have to get fucked up for that.
Then Nogai isn't worth it to me.
Their land that would make you much stronger and be able to maybe take Muscovy. I'm saying maybe not next stream because it's going to take you about 3 or 4 wars to take all of Nogai. And again, you have to wait the truces in between that.
I don't know.
So the way you look at that, if you want to see how long it'll take, if we hover over this, oh, it's 187%. That's only 2 wars, so it's not as bad. This would be 164. So these are about the same size, and how that's calculated is with this, with their development. Also, we should probably be ending soon, I think.
Fair. Okay, so I think maybe...
I think you should make a decision, and maybe if you want to declare war on so you remember for next time what you were doing. Or if you just want to prep for next time right now. You can also take you can take a Diplotech as well, I think.
Where's...
Up at the top with the cogs. The yellow flag. You can take the Diplotech now. If you want.
What is this?
That's in Nogai.
This is in Nogai.
That's the dude who keeps getting caught every fucking month.
Okay, so I'm thinking the original plan was take no guy.
Yeah, it was. It was. Then we saw its allies.
And they don't really got that anymore.
They have one friend in a Jam, which is him.
Pretty far away, they might not even join.
No, I think they will. If we check, we can... See, you're learning. They will join. Which, again, you still outnumber them. And the Great Horde will join that war. Wait, they'll join? Okay, they must be done with their war.
So they're going to take a lot longer than the Great Horde to get there.
Yeah, and you and the Great Horde can sandwich them. Or you could go for the guy with no friends and even less troops and just destroy that, then go into no guy. Because right now, what might happen, the only thing I'm scared of if you don't go for trans blah, 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 is that if the Timurids win and re-put them as a vassal, you might not get the chance again. No guy will still be there afterwards, no matter what you do. Again, it's still, you still probably have a good chance of, like, being able to finish off no guy in time and then going there. It's just what you want to gamble with, what you want to risk. Also, I have no idea what this fucking tooltip is. Oh, it's Defender of the Faith. They must have just updated how it looks. That looks way different than what
I think I want the most manpower moving into Muscovy, so taking more land and then letting that build back up would probably be better, right?
Could you repeat that?
I want the most manpower moving into Muscovy. I wanted the best chance. So taking trends, whatever, and then moving into Nogai, and then holding off and letting manpower build up as high as I can get it before I move into...
I mean, yeah, again, we're gonna... When we get to that point where you finish off both, when you feel like you might be ready for Muscovy, I'm gonna evaluate it.
What is the likelihood of, in the time it takes to do all that, Muscovy making some $1 million moves and just being too scary to deal with?
Not great. They're going to be focused on Novgorod for a while. So their AI is going to be 100% going to try and take all this land for the most part. If they view you as the major wall over here, they're not going to want to deal with you, I don't think, until they've dealt with Novgorod. I think you have a good amount of time.
So I can probably get through most of trans whatever and no guy before they even care.
Yeah, and I also think you're only gonna have time for, because like the way it's gonna work out is you're gonna do one war, and then you're gonna finish that war probably. You're gonna be having a truce with one side, whichever you do first, and then you'll be attacking the other one, and then the truce one you'll probably finish that war, have a truce with them, the other truce will be up, you'll be able to go them, and then back and forth. It'll kind of work out that way, and you know, like I don't know where I was going with that anymore.
And trans whatever is probably going to be quick, easy shit.
Oh, it's going to be such easy shit.
Chagatai already has claims.
Well, that's not going to make the war faster. That just makes it so you can declare war immediately now without having to wait for claims. It's definitely going to be, A, their armies are distracted. B, they have no friends. And C...
Me too.
It's just, they're not that big of a country, so your two stacks can kind of work through it pretty fast. No guy, on the other hand, I think has a lot of opportunity for you to get juked. And your ankle's broken by an AI.
And I don't even necessarily need all of trans whatever.
Because we learned with the war with Chagatai.
I think this...
You're not very quick with that army.
Yeah, I think like even just like this area right here, like a solid run through right here, and then work my way north.
Yeah, and you can also, what I'd recommend is at least taking what Chagatai has claimed and giving it to them. Fair. You know, I'll teach you how to do that once you come to that bridge.
So, I mean, I'm right here and right here. I could probably start this way and this way at the same time.
Yep. If you want to do... The biggest reason why I'm thinking about ending the stream is because I gotta piss like a motherfucker, and I think you gotta piss too.
Surprisingly, no, but we have been at this for an hour and a half.
Yes, we have.
I think that's a solid plan moving forward.
Do you want to declare the war now so we don't forget? So when we get back in the game, it's like, oh shit, right, you're at war. Or do you want to hold off on that in case you make a decision over the time you don't play?
I think this is probably the move regardless, but I think maybe...
Just in case you think of a better idea.
Not even necessarily that. I'm just thinking I don't want to get into a war and then...
Forget everything.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. Hopefully I'll remember. I should remember. But anyway, yeah, that's probably where we're going to end it off then. I think, right? You're good?
Yeah.
You think that's good?
I
think you made a lot of progress, not only like your country and game, I think your experience.
I understand the game a lot more now.
Yeah, I think me letting off the reins a bit helped a lot with me just being like, I was asking you to do things without telling you how to do it immediately so you could figure it out. I don't know, it's like teaching a puppy.
Eh.
But also, this is like, imagine teaching a puppy calculus. Like,
I think just also too, like, asking questions rather than being told the answer before I knew it was a question is useful.
yeah.
Because it's like, okay, wait, how do I do this thing, instead of you being like, do this thing, and I'm just like, why did I do that thing?
I think you also are starting to slowly comprehend how much I'm not explaining to you. And how much I'm actually not telling you. I think the best glimpse of that is these bad boys.
Yeah.
I'm not even touching them yet, because there's even more complex once you get into them more. So, like, it's definitely something that, like, I learned this game by watching, like, at least 100 hours before I played, right? So
I think we're moving pretty solid, though.
yeah, no,
Done some solid plans, some solid groundwork.
you know, you won a couple wars. You won that war on your own, basically. I didn't really. I kind of told you what to do to catch the army in a battle, but I didn't really tell you what to do to siege them down.
I think the biggest thing too is, like, I had to split up for that rebellion, and
Yeah.
I think even if I didn't have to split up for that rebellion, I wouldn't have even needed the help. I think, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. And I think I didn't expect you to have a rebellion that early in the stream, though. And also, the dog is currently begging for attention. But, like, that caught me off guard, because I can't see over there. See how it has rebel factions there? On the right below your diplomats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so, like, I can't really see that as well from here, so I wasn't even thinking about that. But yeah, you had a couple that were definitely close, and I'm glad you got to deal with that, because I knew it was gonna happen, and I was worried that was what would kill you. And, like, that's when I mentioned, like, oh god, this might be the end of your country, because, like, I saw one army almost die, and I'm like, what if another country is like, ooh, it's time. It's time to overwhelm him and ruin his day, because that's happened to me on multiple occasions. Also, puppy. But yeah, I'd say that's a good spot to end stream.
Alright.
And yeah, I hope everyone had a good time today. I hope everyone has a good rest of their day. And I hope to see everyone tomorrow. Wait, no, I gotta alt tab. We gotta actually make this. Yes, doggo. Doggo indeed. But yeah, hope everyone has a good rest of their day.